Well, like the sex stuff?
Could I
or
see
like
the question?
I love you stuff?
Like the emotional, like she hurt me.
I'm just gonna ask you one question, Betty, and you're just gonna talk.
All right, I'm just gonna go off it. Are we good to go, Eric?
Yeah, you're ready to go.
All right, cool. So it's the same question, guys. They're calling this generation the hookup culture, and they say that it's a generation confused about intimacy and that is sexually unfulfilled. And do you agree with that?
What do you mean by sexually
Yeah,
unfulfilled?
Take it as you will, guy. I feel like what it means is that you want more.
We're guys, we always want more. If I could be having sex every 6 hours, that would be fulfilled, maybe.
So you are definitely unfulfilled then, is what you're saying.
I don't think it's physically possible for me to be sexually fulfilled, is what I'm saying. Anybody disagree?
I had sex in a parking lot last night.
He's not.
I was filming
No,
it, so
He is kidding.
I think the difference, like we're dudes, we will fuck anything. Let's be real here.
I like right off the bat the difference between them and us. And
Like,
how
it's just-
how guarded and proper they were, and how we're like, I had a fucking parking lot last night.
No, it really is like a girl comes and we'll hit on them and we know what we're supposed to do, and then the girl in her head is like, is he gonna hurt me? And we're doing everything we can to mask our lies. And then they're falling in love and we're just trying to get in their pants, and then we walk away the next day, make sure all our clothes are in one spot in front of the bed so we can just slip out. You know what I mean? And so if we're fulfilled, I think we're having a lot of sex, but there's like no emotion. And for us, I think that's okay. And for them, I think
But there are
They're
guys
crying
too
inside.
that want relationships and it can turn into something more. But that might be more of the.
do you want a girlfriend?
I'm not opposed to a girlfriend, but
Right
at the
now,
same
you-
time, I want lots
Pick
of
one.
girls
Would you
to have
take a
sex
girl
with.
right now?
I'd have to know her. I'd have to.
You look like a guy who wants a girl. You look like a guy who makes love.
I feel like it's experience. I feel like this right here, like the way that we're responding right now is exactly what they were just like terrified of when they were talking.
Oh, they hate us. They hate us. But that's why we go out and we put like our best mask on, and we just bullshit
Why?
as well as we can.
Why?
Because they're
why
not
do
going
we
to
have do
sleep with
that?
us if we tell them what we want.
Why can't you just be a nice?
Well, some of them will. Some of them will.
Why can't you just be like a nice guy and a good person
You can be
and
a
still
nice
do
guy.
okay
Yeah,
for yourself?
Josh is the nicest guy in the world. He had sex in a parking lot. It's amazing.
Yeah, but don't you think we're greedy because it's so easy?
What was the
You're
first
a little
part?
confident. It's so easy. Like it's a little harder than just like
What was the first
just walking to a bar.
I don't know.
Girls
I,
are,
I feel like it's easier to get laid now than maybe 40 years ago.
It's
Why?
probably still the same back then,
I don't know.
I think.
I think there's elements that
Could
make
you
it
could you have
easier.
screwed in a parking lot 40 years ago?
People were definitely screwing in parking lots 4 years ago.
As easily as it did.
Well, I'm black, I might be a little bit different.
40 years ago. Yeah.
I just want to throw something into that. Do you think that maybe it's easier to get laid now than it was 40 years ago because the girls are different?
I think the girls are sluttier.
I think that,
I think this whole
that's-
well, there's a reason behind that, and I think it's because
That's amazing.
all this equality that's moved for the last 40 years, like you've had this equality that women want this and women want that, and they want to be on equal, the same page as men. And that's just not in the workplace, that's socially, and that's how we act, they want to act the same way. So I feel like that may have something to do with it as well.
Yeah, so it's the same urges, the
Well, we're all
same
human.
desires, but now it's becoming more acceptable
You can do
for
it, I can do it.
females to pursue them as well.
Absolutely. Sure.
What was the first part of the question?
They're calling it the hookup culture.
Uh-huh.
That's it. How you feel about that?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's it.
That's it. There you
What
go.
about meeting girls online? Are the girls sluttier online? Is it easier to meet girls
Well,
online?
they're Tinder folks.
That's the only way to meet girls.
I think the difference with being online, like what was discussed earlier, was the difference between someone just saying hey in the street and saying hey to someone on Tinder or
Tinder,
another
yeah.
online site. The difference is on Tinder, they're putting themselves there. They're asking, they're looking for the same situation, so you're not a predator on
Yeah,
there.
when you're in the real world, like I've talked to girls on the train, and like a lot of times they're like, "What the hell are you doing sitting next to me?" Like it doesn't go as well as when you're online. They're there for the same thing.
They're also
Hey on the
looking for
street
someone-
is, are you a rapist? And hey on Tinder, OkCupid is like, oh, he's got a job.
Or he might be a rapist, but there's an internet
Do
between
you guys
us.
use
so-
Tinder? Do you guys use
I
I haven't,
matches on
I haven't
Tinder.
met anyone.
I can't take too
Yeah,
seriously.
we don't online.
It's like Hot or Not. Remember Hot or Not?
I'm more meant like Facebook and stuff. Like that's how.
But even with that, like the
girls.
difference between online stuff and that could play into making it easier to hook up now is that you can know somebody before you ever talk to them.
Yeah.
You see a girl, you think she's hot, you go on her Facebook, you go through all the profile
guy.
pictures.
Or guy.
There you go.
Or guy.
All the bikini pictures, and you look at what they're posting. You learn.
Is that
their
not the
interests.
first thing we look for though? Is the bikini picture?
It's very dangerous because
100%.
they have angles where things look better than they are. I was misled.
Never from the bottom, always from the top.
I learned that lesson the hard way. We had very graphic, textual conversations about what we were going to do to each other. And I got there and I was like, I don't want to do this, but I promised you I was going to have sex with you. And I felt dirty after.
At least
I'm not
you're
gonna lie.
honorable about it.
Textual.
I did the right thing and I had sex with her like I said I was going
Did
to.
the right thing and I dropped my pants.
I showered immediately, but so I'm a little hesitant for Tinder now because
You said textual.
You said textual.
texting.
Is that yeah, man?
Sexual texting.
That's one of the other questions in here, guys. Is does do things like Facebook and texting, does that make relationships or hooking up easier or harder?
Definitely, love is dead, man. It's
So it makes
completely
hooking up
dead.
easier.
The
Does it
fact
make-
that you can meet a girl and you wouldn't believe how many married chicks Josh makes out with, dude. It's amazing. It's amazing.
all
Okay, well,
married.
they're not all married. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just so easy to meet somebody and then all of a sudden start a flirtation with them just by
And you can
a
keep
friend
it, you can do it for
request, you know
12
what I mean?
hours of the day. You don't
Yeah,
need to be
friend-
there in
yeah,
person.
exactly.
You can plan exactly what you're going to say. You can be
If
a
you
lot
poke
smoother.
somebody, they know exactly what that means. You know what I mean?
I got poked the other 2 days ago.
It means she wants the D.
It's hard though because in real life you can't make up as much about yourself. Like I was seeing a girl for a couple weeks. I told her
Well, you
I was
guys
like,
making
no
up
girl's
so
gonna
much.
I told her I was like
Wait.
5 years older than what I
assholes.
was, and she kept wanting me to add her on Facebook, and it got really awkward. It'd been like 2 more weeks. I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about accepting your request. She was like, what the fuck is going on here? So you can't lie because of Facebook, which is a tool of mine that I like to
It
use.
takes away some
Just tell the
privacy.
truth then.
Now, I have another question. Earlier, one of the girls, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, but that like we're sort of looking to get work and get our lives together, which is one reason why we don't want to fall in love or get emotionally connected. Talk about that. Is that a big thing for guys?
I just think we're selfish.
It's not
people.
about girls right now.
Yeah, talk about that.
I
So
think-
look at each other and
I don't think it's just men. I think we're a generation of selfish people. Facebook came out, everything's your profile picture, you're this, you're that.
Narcissism.
Yeah, it's a completely narcissistic culture, so it's not just a male and female perspective, it's just what can we do for ourselves, where can we go, what can we do? And we have all these avenues to go that way, so we kind of ignore the actual relationships between people, and we just focus on ourselves.
I think that more happens in New York City, actually. I think it's more here than
It's an
anywhere
ambitious
else.
city for
Yeah, it's an
yourself.
ambitious city to try to have a relationship in because so many people.
I know,
are
but
trying
with
to.
us, we're all comics, yeah? So we all have this one thing that we are like pursuing and just relentless, and that's our focus, that's the main focus, and we don't want to put any distractions into a serious relationship. And if we can have fun, we're gonna have fun, but we don't want to actually have this other thing to worry about and to distract us and concern us.
It's not about girls right now. Maybe later, but not right now.
I think girls have a harder time separating just sort of a sexual relationship. They have certain emotional needs that they'd like to pretend aren't there, or at least up front act like aren't there. And then you get a couple weeks in and they get a little clingy, a little. They're not as
Shitting on
upfront.
girls a lot.
I'm upfront about
Doing
sort
a
of
lot of
what-
shitting on girls, man.
You look like such a nice dude, John. You look so nice, man.
I like girls.
I think if you're upfront, that's a nice thing to do. If you're sort of misleading about where your interests are, I think girls can get hurt that way. So.
Oh yeah, I'm always very upfront.
I think
about
they're gonna
it.
get hurt regardless once you sleep with them.
Is it that bad?
Why is that a thing with you, man?
No, I'm just whether or not it works out, because they hate that. They're like, oh my god, another one, like you broke my heart, you know, like, and it didn't matter if you were
Is it
nice or
possible-
not.
Is it possible to
Yeah,
have? Is it possible just to have a good one night stand? Is that a thing? Can you do that?
Breaking hearts.
He's just like, yeah, this 2 minutes is really gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
Cut.
we're gonna
Okay,
try something else.
we'll try something else. Dina hasn't been up, Chrissy has not been up, and Emma?